Educator here at Lashify. Hello everybody, welcome to Lashify Live. Today I am going to walk you through control kit basics. So if you're new and you have your control kit, go and grab it and we're going to walk through the process of applying the lashes together. Super excited for you guys to all join. Hello, I also want to show you the difference between getting your control kit, getting started, what a core lash map looks like, and then I have a nice volume lash map on this side. So you're going to be able to kind of see the difference between our core gossamers and our volume gossamer lashes. I thought it'd be really cool. So welcome in. If you are new, Lashify is an at-home DIY lash extension system. We are the inventors of this system, which is really awesome. So you can check out our IP and patents page as well. It's pretty cool to see all of that. So welcome in. We have Lashify Bev down in the comments as well. So if you have any questions as we're going along, don't be afraid to ask. And yeah, let's do this. So as you can see, these are my natural lashes. My natural lashes are, they're there. They're sturdy, but they are shorter and curly, kind of like my brows, my roots, so you can see that. So we're going to prep my natural lash first. But before we do that, actually, let me walk you through the control kit. So here's your control kit. Comes in this great box. Open this up right here, and on top, you're gonna have a couple things. You'll have your wandums. These are silicone coverings that go on top of your wand to help give a wider fuse, to help with excess stickiness. And then you get a nice little QR code. So you can scan this and it'll bring you to our Learn page. So you'll learn a bunch of cool things about tutorials, stacking, lash maps, anything you could possibly think of. So we have that in there. Prep, removal, you name it. Then you have your control kit here. I wanna show you in the bottom though, don't throw out this box, because here on the bottom, you're gonna have 12 cartridges of gossamer storage. Pretty awesome, right? So you'll be able to take all of your lashes and place them in here and keep them in a nice case. You're gonna become obsessed. You're gonna start collecting a ton of different styles. So that's the best way to keep them and store them. I think I have like, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of just those boxes. And then you get your G units and your storage kits and stuff. It's amazing. Here is your control kit. It comes in this beautiful hard plastic case. You can choose black or white. Everything that comes inside is the same, just a little custom for you. So if you get the black, you're gonna have it look like this. You're gonna choose your patented hand tool fuse control wand to fit the shape of your eye. You can either do a petite, which has 10% less curve if you have a smaller eye, so that it can help fit in the inner corner a little better. Or we have the classic fuse control wand. That's the one I have here today. You have your double-sided whisper light bond. That's the bond we're gonna use on our eyes, so you're gonna be able to see how to properly apply the bond. Our bonds are made for your lashes, not for your skin. So you'll see how that's applied. Down here is your glass. That's your water resistant seal. We offer that for you. And if you find that you don't need it, that's totally okay. It's optional. But the great thing about this is that it helps with excess stickiness and water resistance. And then instead of 2 cartridges of gossamer, you get these 2, and then we threw you a third one as well. So you're going to get 10, 12, and 14 millimeter. Any of our core styles, A, B, or C. So today we're going to do C and 12 and 14, so you can see how it looks on this eye, and then you'll be able to compare having core gossamers on one eye, and once you finish that out and feel like you're really comfortable with the system, what you could do with a volume lash map. So let's get started. Here is my prep step. This is our pre-cleanse. It's our Japanese cleansing water, and you can also use it to tone your skin, to touch up your lash map throughout the week and keep it clean while you're wearing it, anything you can think of. So I'm going to take my fluffer brush. I just dipped it right into my pre-cleanse, and I'm going to start prepping my natural lash. And the great thing too about this fluffer brush that I have here, this is also ours. It's compact, so you can travel with it, and I can disinfect it, which is great. It's reusable. I just love that. So I'm just going through all of my lashes from root to end and making sure that there's no residue, old bond, any makeup possibly that could be on the natural lash, because you want to make sure that your bond is working correctly. So we're just going through the lash like so, and then I'm going to take my blow tool. Now the blow tool, I have said it time and time again, is the best $7 I've ever spent. It's amazing. You can shop everything down below while we're going along as well, which is great. I'm going to take this because it gives a directional puff of air to the eye, which I just love, and that way we can make sure that our lashes are nice and dry from our pre-cleanse before we go in with our bond. Just giving it some nice puffs of air. Look away, up or down if you have contacts so you don't dry them out or anything. Awesome. Okay, let's talk a little bit about bond. So there has been a new technique that's been going around town called the frosting method. It is created by our founder and CEO, and it's a way to brush and coat the lashes with a proper amount of bond to help with that adhesion. So we're going to take our double-sided whisper light that we have here. This side here says black on the bottom. This side here says clear on the bottom. You can also see it in the text. So there's the black text, and then here's the white text. Same bond, same formula, just 2 different colors, so they can kind of do 2 different things for you. We wanted to give you guys options. This side has your micro mascara wand. So I'm going to take this, and we're going to brush up through the lash from root to end, coating every lash gently. Want to make sure that I coat them all, that I go from root to end, like so. Perfect. nice light even coats, making sure I get every lash. And then once I feel like I've gotten a good amount, I'm going to close up my bond, and then I'm going to take my blow tool, and this is where we help get our bond tacky. So our bonds work best when they're tacky. If you don't let it get tacky, excuse me, and it stays wet, you're not going to get that really good hook, that nice Velcro stick. So take your blow tool and make sure that you let this bond get tacky for a little bit before you go in with each layer. You can see nothing clumping, not too much of anything. You just want just enough on the lash. And any questions as we go along, please let us know down in the comments. If you're watching from YouTube or Facebook, hello, so great to see you. I'm over on the website, so if you want to pop in and talk it all through lashify.com, that's where I am, and I can see your comments there. Awesome. Okay, so we should be good and tacky. Let's go in now with our next layer of bond. So this is where frosting comes in. So I'm going to take the bond on the side with the white text that we talked about, and it has this nice precision tip applicator. I'm going to lift my eyes so you can really see what I'm doing here in the camera, and I'm going to go 1 to 2 millimeters from the waterline all the way across the lashes, like so. Ooh, my contact got a little blurry there, sorry. Okay, now once we do that, you're going to take a flat-ended brush, any brush that you may have, and we're going to frost. So we're going to take this bond and just start frosting it up the lash, and it will go from white to clear quicker because we're moving it through the natural lash. And this just gives a nice coat. But since the bond goes from white to clear, it's not adding like a whole lot of extra, which is great. And you're good. If you want to get it a little bit more tacky, you can take your blow tool and go like that if you need to. And this is your Whisper Light bond that comes in your control kit. So the great thing about this is all of this that we're using right now comes in your control kit with your purchase. So you get all of that for $125, which is amazing. So you get 3 cartridges of Gossmers, your bond, your wand, your sealer, the control kit with the mirror. And the great thing about the mirror, as we're going along, you can take this mirror and lay it out flat and look down so you can see your lash perfectly. It's great. It's really great. I'm just showing you in the camera so you make sure you can see. And then we're going to take this again. So now we're going to go in with the same thing, and we're going to do one more layer of frosting. So we're going to take this. Frosting is the act of just coating the lashes from where you've applied the Whisper Light Clear and then going upwards from there. So now that we have that nice little guideline, let's take our flat-ended brush again. We're going to go up the lash to frost and coat it. The beauty of this is it gets tacky so quickly. Oop, I got a little clump right there. Come out with me, dude. There we go. Awesome. Call it a day. The frosting method. Good to go. Awesome. Oh, Miss Bev, I haven't baked in a while. I love to bake. I should make a good cake sometime. Some frosting. Awesome. Oh, and you can tell it's nice and tacky. You see that sticking there? You can always take the back of your fingernail too and give it a tap, and see how that's stuck to my nail. We're tacky. We are good to go. So let's go in and apply. So a couple things with applying. Take your Fuse Control wand. Make sure you get to know your Fuse Control wand when you first get your control kit. Thumb in the back, middle and pointer finger in the front. Got a nice stick and grip with it. Make sure you have a mirror. I have my handheld mirror, but use your control kit. Ooh, we're tacky. My goodness. Make sure that you take your mirror and you're placing it down so you can see the 1 to 2 millimeter gap from your waterline. Nothing should be placed on the skin. That is the key. My lashes that I have today on my lash pad, I have 2 12s, 3 14s, and a 12 in our C Gossamer lash. I really love the curl and the lift of the C and how thin the fibers are. When you're going to take them out, all you need to do is gently take your finger, thumb and pointer finger, get right down on the cartridge, and then just gently remove the Gossamer lash like so, and that way you don't damage or hurt any of the Gossamer lashes. You get 12 in a cartridge. So I'm going to take my first one. We're going to start with a 12. I'm going to grab it from the top so you can see the curl is facing me, and that's what's going to hit my lash first. And by looking down into my mirror, I'm going to see that 1 to 2 millimeter gap. I look down, apply, and boom. And it just sticks on like so because we let that bond get nice and tacky. We frosted up the lashes so it's got something really to hook on and stick to. And just look to see where the gap is. If you're looking for the 1 millimeter, it's one side of the wand, which is great. So you can lift your eye and go right like that, and you can feel where the spine is, and then it's not on the skin, you're good to go. PJ on Facebook asks if you use 2 layers of clear whisper light when you frosted. Yes, so today I just did black through the lash. I let it get tacky, and then I dabbed my white 1 to 2 millimeters, did my frost, used the blow just to double triple check that it's tacky enough, and then I went in and did my second layer of frosting. So 2 layers of frost today and just 1 layer of black whisper light. So now that we have our 12 down, easy as that, we're gonna go back in with our next 12. Again, grab it right from the top, curl facing me, and we're just gonna work on going side by side, creating a nice seamless, simple lash map with our control kit. So I'm gonna look down, right next door, and boom. Now, a great question I had on my last live was talking about bowing. So how do you prevent the spines from kind of kissing and pressing like this to create bowing or a V in between? The key with that is just as you're laying down your lashes, look for the corner to corner of each lash, like see, and just gently place them right next to each other instead of corner to corner where they're pressing. I think if you place it a little bit more gently, it seems to work really well. I've never had issues. I'm gonna demonstrate it again. Let me see if I can lift my eye in the mirror or in the phone and show you guys what I mean. So I'm taking this and I'm going right next door. Got that nice hook from the bond, and boom, like so. So I'm just looking for where the spine ends, placing the next spine next to it, ever so slightly overlapped, if not really lapped at all, which is great. If I don't like the placement, say I don't, I can always take this and gently get under that spine. I don't want to hurt anything. This is hard to do on your phone, but I want you guys to be able to see. Just gently take it off like so, and then we're going to go in and reapply it. That's totally okay to do. Our bonds are flexible. No cyanoacrylates, no formaldehydes, no latex. So it's really great for sensitive eyes. The bond is really great for anybody who wants to wear the system, which is awesome. There we go. You can see how it's building a nice lash map, but it's a little more subtle, which I just love. And then we're going to take another C14, and we're just going to keep going. So we're just going side by side, inner to outer corner, looking down into our mirror to practice that placement. See the 1 to 2 millimeter gap from the waterline, all set. And we're gonna go in with our next one more C14. This guy's really gripping onto my lash pad there for a second. There we go. And it fell. Come back. We'll take our next C14, like so, and we're gonna go right next door again. Looking down into my mirror, 1 to 2 millimeters from the waterline. So just looking for the root of my lash to know that I've placed it with just enough of a gap, and boom. Some people like to do spot fusing. So that is just taking your wand and going over the most recent lash that you've placed and just giving it a little pinch. It's still important for us to do our full fuse at the end, but that's just a way to make sure that you like the placement. Are you overlapping? Question for Facebook. I am not. I did make sure that the corners lined up just enough so that I can get that bowing, but we're just going side by side today just to practice placement and alignment. We have one more lash for the outer corner. We're going to go back down to a 12. So I'm going to grab that 12 right at the top. On the outer corner, I like to angle my head a little bit and make sure that the spine of the gossamer lash is a little more parallel to the ground so that it gives a nice lift on the outer corner. And I'm going to look down, making sure I leave a few of my natural lash hairs out, and boom. And we're good to go. If I don't like the placement, I will assess, but I think I'm good. I think I like it. Don't like this little piece of bond. So we're gonna get that out of the way. There we go. We're good to go. And look at that. Lashes on. Now, they may look different. So this side, this is what core gossamer lashes look like straight from the control kit in 12 and 14. This side, I have a really fun combination of a couple different gossamer lashes. I have Stardust and Gemini. So you can see how, if you want more of a simple everyday lash map, core gossamer lash map, what that would look like. And then if you want to amp it up a little bit with different fiber thicknesses and lengths, what you can do there. So now you have a visual to see both. Let's go in and fuse. So I'm going to take my fuse control wand. Here's the curve. We're going to go over our eye completely, wiggle down under the spine, and we're going to fuse. The key with fusing is making sure that your wand is completely closed. This will not damage your natural lash as it has a horizontal clamp force that is meant to only give a certain amount of pressure to the eye. Blink away gently if you need to. If it gets a little sticky inside, don't yank or pull it away. You don't want to damage your natural lash from there. And then you are good to go with your fusing. You want to make sure that your natural lash, the bond that you've applied, and your new gossamer lashes all become one. Fusing is super, super key. It's a super fundamental part of the system. Awesome. Question from Facebook. What's the benefit of side-by-side versus overlap? overlapping. Questions. Overlapping can definitely help with longevity. I think if you're practicing alignment and placement when you're first starting out with the system, just worry about getting them on side by side. Worry about the 1 to 2 millimeter gap from the waterline, as I think that's more important for longevity and comfort. Overlapping is a really great way to have them look a little bit more seamless when you're mixing and matching different styles, and having them anchor onto something can often help with longevity as well. So that's just more the difference between the two, if that helps. I want to talk about this little tool here real quick because I have a little clump right there for my natural lashes, just a tiny bit. This is our precision lash comb, dual-ended. This side is great for brushing through your lashes, right? If you want to do that. This side is great. It's a little precision pick. Be very careful. I call it the dental pick. You gotta be real careful. Look down, and if you need to separate 1 or 2 lashes with it, you can just go in with it and separate the bond like so. Boom, boom, boom. And see how it just kind of separated just enough, and we're good to go. So the precision lash comb is a great add-on, and now you don't see any of my natural lashes clumping or anything behind those. Let's look at some different angles so you can see the lashes from underneath. 1 to 2 millimeters from my waterline. These are our C12s and 14s straight from the control kit. What's the name of the lash combination on your right eye again? I'm going to tell you both. I'll tell you both lashes in just a hot sec. And then we have our lashes from the side, and then the beauty from the top. No hard strip or anything. It's just looking like it's growing out for my natural lash, because they are mine. Awesome. So my right eye, this is a C12, 3 C14s, and then back down to a C12. When you get your control kit, you can pick the C curl control kit. You can shop it right here. We have it down below. The C curl, any of our control kits come with 10, 12, and 14 millimeters, which is great. So you don't have to worry, take the guesswork out of it for you. If you need to pop a little 10 in the inner corner as opposed to a 12, you can do that. But yeah, we have 2 C12s, 3 C14s, and then a C12 on the end, straight from our control kit. Shop the control kit. It's the best place to start, so that way you're not getting your bond separately, your wand separately over here. I just say my 2 biggest add-ons. You also get a sample of our pre-cleanse and our melt away. Pre-cleanse is our prep step, melt away is our remover, so you'll have a sample of that. My number 1 add-on for you guys is the blow tool. It speeds up drying time in so many ways. I think it's a great thing to have. So if you want to have something as an add-on with your control kit purchase, I would get the $7 blow, in my opinion. And everything else you can add on later. Just practice. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just try it out. It might take 1 or 2 times to do proper application, and that's totally okay. And then you just get lash refills. You can keep your bond for 6 months. You have your wand forever. And yeah, you're just going to get your refills as you go. You combine to make different styles. So on this side, I have cores from our control kit. And then on this side, I have a couple different volume gossamer lashes. So you can be able to see both. Awesome. Not everyone will use 6 gossamers. If you use 5, that's fine. And if you even need 1 less than that, just do a 12 and then do a couple 14s, like a 12, 2 or 3 14s, and then go back down to a 12. I just wanted to show you what an open eye looked like by having the longer lengths in the center of my eye. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Come join us on our Lashify Life Facebook group. That is our community group on Facebook. So over 120,000 members in there now. So that's where we connect on all of our fun lash maps, tips and tricks, all that great stuff. So yeah, come join us in there. It's a great place to just see what everyone else is doing and what they like wearing at the time. Like, you know, in the summer, I prefer to wear, I don't know, chocolate Stardust. And in the winter, I go more for plushy tames, you know, that kind of thing. So it's really fun. It's a great way to connect with everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you for moderating, Bev. I appreciate you. Shop that control kit. Get your control kit now because the price is worth it. Let's just put it this way. This one item that comes in your control kit is $65 by itself. So you can get the entire control kit for $125. Everything that we talked about today, which is amazing. So just order it and then pick whatever core gossamer lash that you would like, A, B, or C, and we provide you with 10, 12, and 14 millimeters. So you get our 3 most popular sizes. So that takes the guesswork out for you. And just have fun. It's amazing. It's fun. It's easy. And you feel fabulous. And then you get to wear it for as long as you want. It's amazing. So thank you guys so much. I will be back live in a couple days. What's today? Tuesday. So I'll be back live Thursday evening at 5 o'clock. And we'll talk, I don't know, about a different lash. Or maybe